Okay, y'all, excuse my sweatband. We're sweating to the oldies today. I'm in the middle of doing like chores and supposedly working out. I don't know. I actually might. Let me not manifest that. Okay. We're working out. All right. That's what we're doing. Maybe after this read, I don't know. So I haven't even really flipped up most of the general energies yet. One of them flipped up automatically. And I got like this whole I got a download, right? We don't normally get a whole bunch of like downloaded stuff where it kind of comes and it goes. But at least part of this reading is going to be like people are saying stuff about you reading. Because when this particular card flipped up, the one that flipped up is Family Realm. Immediately when it flipped up, it's like you're being discussed. Like people are talking about you. When I was looking at some of the under the deck energies, it's something about how people perceive you, how you act and what you do. It's sort of like people are perceiving you as being someone who like does a lot of work. You might do caregiving. If you're not like a death doula or a nurse, or you work in hospice, it could be that you take on a lot of family caregiving responsibilities. And it's sort of like people who don't know you well maybe are going like, there's no way this person is like this. And there's something about like class status as well. It's sort of like this person, like you're being perceived as someone who, like I'm saying poor. It's sort of like this person is hardworking and humble and does all of this stuff, but they can't possibly be poor. They're like lying about this because look at where this person like lives. Look at like how this person does certain things. It might be like how y'all carry yourselves, but there's something about that. There's something about this person can't possibly be this way when like this is going on. But if this person is very wealthy, why are they doing this? So like, it's like something's not adding up to people. I don't know if they think that you're lying or like doing something it's not lying, I'm hearing. It's just like people don't understand. People don't understand this because they're like, if this person has this, then why are they acting this way? When there's no reason for them to, like people, there's no reason for them to be doing this when they already have this. So like what's going on here? What's the agenda? There's also something about the way that you're interacting with people. Like people are sort of like, oh, this person, like they're not saying anything, but from watching them, they're kind of like knowing like who to involve themselves with and who not to. Like this person is not behaving foolishly from what we've seen. This person does not give away their energy or like material. And when I'm saying material, it's not necessarily money. It's just like, I am not giving of myself to this. And it seems like these would be friendships or like people who would be approaching you in a romantic way. If you're already in a relationship, it's sort of like you're not letting anybody mess with your relation. It's just like, no. So like if you're, maybe not engaged or you're engaged, or even if you're married, okay? Like y'all are still attractive. And so people are gonna come up to you anyway, and you just don't mess with it. You don't entertain it. And so people are observing all this and being like, what's going on with this? But like, what is happening here? Like, I don't know. So anyway, that's going on. So let me get the rest of the general energies up. At least two people are going back and forth here in the family realm. And I see one of them because this first tarot like jumped up. And it's a person, it's a court card, but it's sort of like, I think this is going back and forth. This Two of Swords. It's like a discussion. It's like sparring. Or this is what people are seeing is like this person does not allow people into their intimate space. So how can I gain access to their intimate space? Like, how do I become closer to this person when I can see from watching them that they don't entertain people? Okay. So you might be, when I say hard to get, it's not because like you're playing a game with somebody. It's just like you know too much. It's just like, no. I've watched the scenarios. I've watched the nonsense. I've been in some situations myself, and I just know. I just know this is what you do, this is what you don't do. And that's just it, and there's no discussion to be had about it. This is just what it's gonna be, okay? So we have over here, oh, okay, so we got the King of Swords and marriage. So somebody is thinking, I don't know if it's actually marriage, but there is someone here who wants to get closer to you, and it's sort of like, how am I gonna do this? How am I going to prove that I'm not the nonsense? I don't know if this person is worried because they know they are the nonsense, and they're gonna be like, oh, this person's gonna see I'm the nonsense, and I don't wanna be. Okay, and then in the last, oh my gosh, in the last column, we have child and tower. It's not something happening to someone's child. Oh, it's something about someone being naive. Something's gonna happen. And naive could be like naive to a situation. The child can be like lost in their own imagination or their own world, because child world, I'm not saying this is actually a child or that like you're immature if I'm talking about you and you are not whoever that King of Swords is, who's trying to get closer to whoever I'm talking about. Children and adults have very, very separate worlds. So children have their own language and interactions with each other, and then adults have their own, right? And the two, like, there are rules of engagement between adults and children, but adults typically can't enter child world. Some adults can, and there are positive adults who can, and of course, very, very negative ones. So you always have to be wary about who it is that is adept as an adult at engaging with child world, and why that would be the case. So, but what I'm saying is, for whoever I'm like getting like naive or like whatever, it's sort of like, it's almost like an obliviousness. I'm oblivious because I'm in my own world that you do. Okay, I am in my own world that you do not have access to. So that's kind of the general thing, but it is coming from a place of innocence, not a place of calculation. Like, I'm doing this to specifically like cultivate like interest in myself or competitiveness or something like that. This is going on because I am in my own bubble that I also defend. Like from disaster, maybe this tower, or the tower is talking about someone suddenly being able to enter that space or trying to. It also could be like, it's a little bit like Rapunzel-ish, like maybe like a little, because I'm thinking of that Disney movie. She was in a tower. Obviously Rapunzel's in a tower, but she like was, well, she wasn't an adult. Let's just call her an adult, okay? Let's just call her an adult because she ends up married at the freaking end of the movie, all right? She's an adult, but she's very childish and childlike because she has been very sheltered in her tower. And when that guy, I don't remember the name of that guy, okay? The rogue with the heart of gold character archetype, him. When he comes along, he breaks her out of her tower, and now she's in this wider world. And she has to kind of like adapt and learn things and all of this stuff after she's already an adult. So we got some of this going on here. And so that's in general what's happening here. And then what we have underneath the Two of Swords and family room is the King of Cups. So I'm thinking right now that this is the King of Swords, and I heard a yes. So right now I only see one person here. I believe there are two having a discussion. If this is not simply whoever this King of Cups, King of Swords is, like this means I do not currently have access to the tower, right? The princess, Rapunzel's in the tower. I don't have access to the tower. How do I get access to the tower? Because I love them so much. Or, you know, they have ideas, right? King of Cups is very romantic. So they could be someone who easily falls in love or, you know, gets very romantic ideas about people that they become infatuated with. So this person could have a very fairy tale mindset because I'm essentially telling a fairy tale right now. So let's see what's under the King of Swords and marriage. Strength. So whoever the king is, they're not confused. Like when I said like infatuated, whoever this person is, they feel like they're very solid in their feelings and intentions towards whoever Rapunzel is. I'll just say Rapunzel. They are very solid in their intentions towards Rapunzel right now. I would say it's also a strength of, I was about to say strength of character, it might be, but a strength of will and determination with the swords. Like, I am determined on this course of action. I am determined about this strategy that I'm about to undergo. And then under the Child and Tower, we have the Ace of Cups. So the Tower is like, it's the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is offering a cup. Might be unexpected, might be shocking that someone gains access to the Tower. So we're gonna go around with the big deck again, and then if I have any questions, we'll use the smaller deck. So under Family Room, 2 of Swords, King of Cups, what's going on here? The Knight of Cups, this person, I don't know, I'll ask, well, this 2 of Swords, if this is a discussion, can you tell me what's going on here, the people involved, what's going down? Because it might just be this person trying to gain access to the Tower, or it could be both. Okay, so we have the 6 of Coins, the 2 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. This is less about discussion and more about like, what can I do here? Like, what can I do? Does this person like this? Would they like that? What is going to help me be successful? All right, and so let's see what's under our marriage. King of Swords, Strength. Yeah, like I said, when I said strategy, 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands. This person is determined and strategizing how they're going to do this. They also might be secretly watching you. Let me see. Yeah, man, they're secretly watching. The 7 of, that's either they're actually watching through social media, or it's like scrying, right? I mean, because this person has the world in their hand. That can be the internet, the World Wide Web. And sometimes, yeah, the 7 of Cups is like a social media feed. The 3 of Swords is something like it's more like heartache in the sense that I want to go over there. I would guess. I am regulated to essentially the imaginal realm right now, or the digital realm, and that's not the realm I want to be in. The 3 of Swords is, yeah, the Ace of Wands. They're like, I don't want to, if this person can see your pictures, y'all, I'm not even getting into it with that Ace of Wands, and this is like a man, and like, anyway, they could be putting some extra energy on their manifestations here, all right? I don't think it's intentional, but you know. But they obviously want to be more present in your actual life than they are. So let's just go ahead and move on. So what's under this 2 of Cups and the Tower? Yeah, this person is trying to make the magic happen. I wanna, let's go. As above, so below. Lovers under the deck, right? Lovers under the deck. The Emperor's crying, oh no. All right, I actually don't have any questions about any of this over here. And the question that I asked in my mind was, is this person actually going to do anything? And I'm hearing yes, like they have a plan, they have a strategy, they are going to do something. Oh, we're moving on to this smaller deck. So I will ask of the Magician, right? Because we had the Magician. trying to get, like, I want the happiness. I want to take this person out. I want to have a happy time, something. I got to get them. So tell me about this magician. Like, how is the magic? And I'm saying magic is a metaphor. How is this person working their magic? This person is working their magic. Well, there's some sort of gift or money involved. Gift or money. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. I essentially, I have to treat this person. I have to give the Queen of Pentacles pentacles. I have to give money. It's not in a gold digging way. It's just that it's just this person's got to match the energy. Especially if that marriage card is literal, like this would be someone providing for someone who they would see as their spouse. Like, it's not really a question if like this person is literal about marriage, but again, if they don't even have access to this person, they can't just come in and say, hey, let's get married. But they have to engage with the person as they would engage with their future wife by like building up the momentum to that very consistently. Page of Swords, so it's like some sort of communication as well. It's not immature communication. It seems like just communication. So this person wants to talk and like, I mean, it's like date, yeah, star. This is like pleasant communication, 10 of Cups. I mean, that's just courtship. If you're going with like super traditional for people, whether or not we're talking about gay people, non-binary people, or heterosexual or heterocentric people, we are still in the, you know, the person who wants the other to be their spouse. That person is acting more in a husband, like a traditional husband role, archetype. And the Queen of Pentacles is acting in the more traditional feminine wife archetype. That's what's happening here. So is there anything else important that I have not addressed yet that the collective would need to know? So it's not like you haven't, whoever this person is, this isn't someone who you don't like. This isn't somebody who absolutely cannot access you. They're just trying to figure out because they've observed, right? They're just like, oh, this person doesn't even do. This person's like this. Okay, well then I can't do this. Or else they like the card. What was I seeing underneath the deck that was making me say? It was like the Fool, the Lovers, and the Four of Coins. It's just like people who behave foolishly towards me in matters of romance. Absolutely not. So this person doesn't want the absolutely not because it's not coming across as a rude thing or like I'm going to tell you off or I'm popping off on you. It's simply I am not there. Or I'm just not engaging with you. It's like treat you cordially and, you know, like keep it short, brief, friendly, but on to business. So this person does not want that. So let's see. Oh, Knight of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. 7 of Coins. I mean, whatever this is, it's like it's a long-term thing, right? I'll get a few more or a couple more on this 7 of Coins. I'm just getting long-term investment on it because there's like, it's a long time. Look, 2 of Coins, it's like Ace of Cups, 9 of Coins. It's just talking about a long-term, reciprocal, compatible, happy relationship. So this person feels that whatever they intend to pour into you, you are someone who would be able to pour, like, its equivalent back into them. That doesn't necessarily mean money, right? It's just whatever. Okay, I will see, and again, whenever I'm talking about timelines, right? Grain of salt, okay? I will see what I see about a timeline. But then we'll just move into final advice outcome. Because, I mean, I don't see anything, like, negative here. And it's already not. Like, I probably can't give a timeline on this. It's just sort of like, it is what it is. Could be 9 days. Lovers and Justice, that's just kind of like, it's describing the relationship. If you want it well balanced, it's sort of like, it could be 9 days, but this could be like, don't stress out about the timing. If you want what I just described, like, don't worry. But it could, Three of Swords, these are day cards, but again, it's sort of like, don't overcook it almost, or there's no sense in it. Because like I said, you can't really, it's not really, you don't block like stuff manifests at like the exact right time, I promise you. And then it's up to you. The final test is you like not pushing it away, right? Or not self-sabotaging it or destroying it, but it's gonna be right there. And so it's sort of like, it is a waste of time and energy to like worry or stress out because it's not affecting anything. It's not making anything go slower. It's not making anything go faster. I would say though, I was doing some journaling today, and part of it was like affirmations, and you can check where you are energetically with your own stuff. You use the I am statements. I am this, or I am doing this. I have this. And there were like a couple where I was writing them and it was like, no. And I was just like, oh, why no? Why no? And I had to alter the statement. It wasn't that I was blocked or like blocking myself, but what I was writing was like incorrect. And I could feel it and hear it. It was like, nope, that's not right. That's not right. And it wasn't that I could not have or like could not manifest what I wanted, but the statement needed to be adjusted. It was like particular wording. There was one thing that I wrote where I was like, well, why can't I have this? And the answer was, because you don't actually like that. You like this. And then when I changed the words, I was like, oh, you're right. I don't like that. I prefer this. Other people like this. And it sounds positive, so I'm writing it, but it's not truly me. That's not my energy. I like it this way. So I had to change that. And it wasn't that there was anything wrong with me for not wanting this other word or not wanting this other thing. It's just a matter of preference. And I think those were the two big ones. But that's a version. It's a simpler version of what Abraham Hicks used to call a focus wheel, which I think is a little bit kind of needless. It's not really complex, but it's needlessly like, just write the affirmation and like be real when you like hear a no or like you feel something weird, because you got to invest, you got to look at that. That's an energy thing. And the way Abraham Hicks would do it, if you have listened to the old recordings or if you can find them, is that they would start with a particular statement. It was one that you could absolutely accept. And then they would get more and more and more specific, like down to the exact manifestation. And you could tell when someone hit a statement that they did not believe, that was not yet in their energy. And they would point out to that person, because sometimes the person would be in denial, right? Because they just want what they want. They don't want to be in their own energy. They just want what they want. So they want to say yes to everything. It's not true. You can't do it that way. It has to be real. And for it to be real, it has to be of your energy, right? In your heart. So you're going to feel it mostly in your chest. You might hear the word no, like in your mind or whatever. But you're going to feel that, you're going to feel that in your body, okay? They would hit a point and like the person would kind of be in denial, but Abraham Hicks would say, no, there it is. Like, we got to go through the focus wheel again and like see if we can can we change it up a little bit? Like, what is it that, but like to me, it's just sort of like wherever you're feeling the weird little thing in the energy, that's where like you, like if we want to talk about it as a blockage, okay? I don't like talking about things as blockages. It's just that there's something there that you need to understand what it is before it opens up. And it can be as simple as just changing a word. just changing a word in the statement and understanding, oh yeah, because I actually don't like that. I don't like that. It can be something bigger than that. It can be something a bit more challenging that's more like a stronghold. But there's not a problem with it as long as you're recognizing it and you're willing to kind of just like loosen up a little bit. And then when you're in that like direct energy, it is more likely to manifest for you. And so that's what I was doing today. It was very, very interesting. And when I kind of got like, there were a few things that I am manifesting, and it was sort of like, I got to a point where all of it was like, yes, all of it, definitive yes. And then I like stopped and I was like, is there anything that I want more right now? And it was just like, no, I don't. And then I ended up having a very interesting thought process about, there's like there are like two, I'm gonna call them dimensions and timelines, okay? There are two dimensions and timelines that are like open to me right now. And one of them, I could go super far, like into like let's call it the future, right? I can go super far and explore so much in this particular dimension and timeline. And then in the other one, it's sort of like I can only move like a little bit. And I was like, well, why? Like, why can I go so far here? But in this one, I can only like get into one room, like in this place, and it's like just a plain room. And it was like, oh, it's because in this one, you're scared. And I was like, well, why am I not, like, it's so interesting. I was just like, well, why am I not scared in this dimension and timeline, but I'm scared in this dimension and timeline? And what was going on differently in these, you know, alternate dimensions and timelines is because in one of them, I was not alone. And in the other one, I was alone. It is always easier or more effortless to manifest when you are with other people. And so when you're by yourself, it's sort of like until you really, and what's weird about it is that the one that's, that I'm alone in, I've actually manifested that one way more in materiality. Like I've actually been like things are going on over here, like way more than things are kind of going on over here that I'm aware of. But it's sort of like, it's not that I can't, like I would have to explore it a little bit, but it's almost like I don't want to. Like I would prefer, like it's interesting. It's like I would prefer this over here, but I'm not in control of that. I'm only really super, like mostly in control to the extent that I am over here. So it's just like, oh, that's like super interesting. So right now I'm having like this conversation about like, you know, understanding what I have personal agency over, manifesting why like things are easier versus a little bit more challenging, what would actually be best for me to explore manifestation wise. And like right now it's going to be this one where I can only get into like a certain space, and that one I just know myself, like once I actually get over there in real life, like more consistently, once I'm like talking to people a little bit more, because it's a completely, even though like I've been there already, like I'm talking about in real life, not just like I'm not scrying on the dimensions, right? It is a complete, another reason why it's harder is it is a complete radical departure from where I am now and how I'm living my life now. And so that's also like a relatively large hurdle, even though it's something that I want. It freaks me out, right? Even though it's very much there. And so that actually is something that I'm going to need to be doing energy work on, right? Because the other one, it's sort of like, I'm really not in control of all this crap going on over here, because that's another thing. When something involves other people, and it's not that this one totally doesn't, at least for me getting to this particular place, but I already know these other, like, there's people over here who I don't really know, like that well, anyway. And so whenever you're involving other people, manifestation gets like a lot more fun, and it can be more comfortable, and it's like, oh, because there's an interplay of energy there. It's not just you and the forces, right? But when there are other people, you're also not in control of them. They have to agree. And the jury is still out over if these people agree or not. Who knows? They could be in completely separate dimensions. Anyway, let's stop with the manifestation lesson. hopefully someone got something relatively useful out of that for their own energy work. Because it, like, this energy work is not arduous, but like if I, for this one over here that I'm more in control of, if I can't admit to myself that I'm scared of something, if I want to be in denial about that, then I'm never ever going to get to the answer. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, being honest. Page of Cups. Yeah, so for the timeline thing, I told you, it's sort of like, this is a relatively short amount of time. I would say it's more brief for whoever we're talking about. So if it's a brief time, like I said, you would have to know this person in some sort of way. But what this also means is 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Page of Cups. It's sort of like, if you can just get into that Page of Cups energy, if you are like stressed out or fearful or whatever about any of this, like I said, you're not doing, like, well, I mean, you're causing yourself unnecessary stress, but it's just sort of like, so if you can get into that child energy, into manifesting other things into your life, leave this one to its own self, because you have another actor here who is going to be doing that work. That's not any sort of work for you to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the final advice outcome. Page of Cups and the Lovers. Wonderful. So yeah, basically, if you can manifest other fun things for yourself right now, I would say do that. Straighten up your house, you know, work out, go shopping, go play a sport, talk to friends, get a coffee, write, do art. Prepare for the holidays if you're doing house decorating for the holidays, cooking for any meals for Thanksgiving or any other celebrations that you're gonna have. Now is the time for it. Oh Lord, what's this? This person, the King of Wands is here. Page of Swords, King of Wands. 8 of Coins, 9 of Wands. It seems like this person, what they want to talk to you about is some kind of like, it might be work that they've been doing or work that you've been doing. I want to talk about this work. I'll go around again. That's interesting. Page of Swords. 2 of Swords, like going back and forth, like there's a decision. I want to talk to you about some sort of choice, or again, the 2 of Swords is going back and forth with someone. Or I want to talk to you about something that you don't know. Yeah, I want to talk, like there's something that this person wants to work out, right? I want to talk to you about something that you don't know and then I like you. I want to talk to you about some sort of decision. Like there's some sort of decision with this 2 of Swords, 2 of Coins, which could just be a decision about whether or not you want to make room for this person like in your life or not. That could be the choice. But I'm interested in whatever this like 8 of Coins, not, oh yeah, Chariot with the Queen of Wands. Oh my Lord, under that King of Wands. Like, hey, look. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. We could put the wands together. And this person is just like making a direct, like I said, the Chariot is direct energy. So this person is direct energy, and the King of Wands, like, so y'all are both very like action oriented, like potentially both magical people, or if you don't identify that way, you're both very much like good at manifesting. Even if you're not talking about it with a magical frame, you are good at getting things done. You would be more positive people. You could butt heads though, King and Queen of Wands. Like, look, that's kind of like, that is power couple energy, and you know, power couples, but with the chariot, like that's power couple, like imbalance. So I don't know, this person, it might be this person wants to do some sort of work with you, or like, what is this 8 of Coins, 9 of Wands, because it's kind of the same energy. It might be that this person works hard alone. They see you work hard alone. Hey, like maybe things don't have to be so hard. Yeah, Hierophant, this is sort of like, let's team up, but it's like serious. It's like very, very serious. 4 of what? Good Lord, child. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, we're just gonna get out of here. Temperance, it's all like protected with the Empress, and oh my God. Yeah, y'all are protected. Just by the way, if you're that Empress energy, It's not that this other person doesn't have protection, but y'all are like covered by the angels, girl. I got Temperance, the Empress, the Four of Coins. That's that covering. Like, y'all don't allow access, but I'm telling y'all are covered by forces. But there's also the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles over here, the Seven of Pentacles in the Sun. It's like all the good growing things, and I'm putting this person in a boat. I'm on a boat, don't you ever forget. I'm putting this person, whoever that King of Wands is, they're like, I'm putting you on the boat with the Six of Swords. I'm putting you in another tower, like mine. I'm putting you in my tower. Like, okay, let's go. Get in my boat, let's go. I know this person might have a boat. I'm hearing no, they don't have a boat. If you want a boat, y'all can get a boat later, all right? So let's officially close the read with the perennial words of the highest authority. Happy painting, and God bless my friends.